So yeah, part two. A little bit less mess behind me now. um, so where I left the other video at is something along the lines of that. So I found myself in Portugal and was just trying to live the life. I was making a huge life transition anyway, going into a master's program after working in fisheries biology for 2 years at a laboratory and in different places, different contexts, and stuff like that. So going back to school in a foreign country on full scholarship, like moving my life over, seas and stuff like that. Um, and was adjusting my diet, like to more, adding more fish in, trying to do lots of vegetables and superfoods and stuff like that, low carbohydrate superfoods and things, and just was feeling horrible. And as a more concise review of like my existence before then, I gave up eating beef and pork when I was very young. Like just did not dig the whole sausage and hamburger thing at all. And I was less than 10, I think, like 10-ish or something when I stopped consuming those things. My family definitely consumes the standard American diet, very rich in beef and everything else, junk food, all of that. I ate plenty of junk food, plenty of junk food as a kid. Lots of meals out of boxes and cans and things like that. Um, but at least within the realm of like animal products and stuff, dropped those things around 10 or so, and continued eating poultry and seafood until about the age of 15 or 16. And I would say I dabbled in a little bit of poultry and eggs and milk and stuff like that right through 18. And yeah, definitely was full on vegetarian within the age of 19. I'm now 25. Um, so vegetarian, became full on vegan, probably, let's see, 6, 7, like, it's so funny, like trying to keep track of time. Let's see, it's like around 21, so 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, like almost 5, 6 years, something like that. I'm not like a, oh my god, I have my date marked for when this happened type of person. So anyway, about 5 or 6 years vegan now, predominantly. So I'll say predominantly. I'm just using these terms because I think it's useful and relevant for people, including myself, like to discuss these topics. It's categorization schemes that we have in society that help make sense of what constituents we're putting into our bodies and stuff like that. Within my vegan classification category, in my travels and stuff, I would have like maybe I had a piece, one egg and a piece of cheese in 1 year or something. You know what I mean? Or like I was saying, I went through a fair amount of fish consumption during the year before and my entry to Portugal. So that's that. And that's all part of who I am and what's been before. Um, got to Portugal, was having skin issues, consuming fish, and was like, oh my god, whatever I'm doing, whatever's going on with my life is like not working with my skin, and in general, just feeling really distressed, really stressed out, and stuff like that. I'm enjoying life tons as well. I was being able to do a lot of traveling and things like that, but this got to me, got under my skin, so to speak. So I forget how it all began, but was starting to look at the vegan realm more thoroughly, and I'd found myself to have issues with things like flax oil and soy previous to entering into fish world, um, because of the phytoestrogens there. The acne that I was developing was very cystic and hormone positioned. If that makes sense to anybody who's dealing with acne, I'll try to elaborate that on future videos. Um, But so I was able to bypass some of those severe things by eliminating soy and flax oil from my diet. Um, and somehow came across, the low fat vegan lifestyle and stuff like this. Sounded interesting, sounded good. And within that, also got into the concepts of acidity and alkalinity and 80-10-10, which is high fruit, high fruit diet, very, very little fat. And so it's still like a low fat vegan concept, but it's all in raw foods. And I need to do more focused videos. I'm learning that as I make this one, and as I've looked back on my previous videos and at my life in general, this is an evident point that I need to focus and be able to provide you guys and myself a more linear progression and like details of this happened, this happened, this happened, this is what I found out about this and this and this. I'm this right brain circular thought so much of the time right now. But we're learning. I think I'm learning, and hopefully you're learning. We're all learning together as we all share more and more about experiences and what seems to be flowing or not in our existences. But so found information about low-fat raw vegan diet, had also been dealing with candida stuff and was connecting that to the skin issues and blah, blah, blah. And just had one of those beautiful moments that I hope so many of you have experienced, like, aha, oh my goodness, oh, this makes so much sense. Why did I not understand this before? Like all those concepts about, oh my God, sugar is bad. Sugar is bad. You have to watch out for it. When you're trying to cleanse candida from your body or anything that has you sick, you need to reduce your sugar intake because sugar levels produce inflammation, produce candida overgrowth. That's a whole minefield of information and experience and trial and error, the whole candida subject. Many of you watching this know what I'm talking about. Many of you don't. Maybe you'll learn about it. I don't know, but this is me like opinionating, obviously. Mahanomi made a really great video the other day about the raw vegan movement and how maybe one should put a disclosure at the beginning of every video, like, this is all my opinions. And I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, and maybe I should be doing that too. But for now, I hope you'll infer that whatever I say now is my opinion, observation, etc. And so the concepts of candida being, oh man, so much to say. Basically, the concept being, I think it was Douglas Graham that expressed this, that the issue is not candida. Candida is a fungus that exists in your body all the time, and it actually works symbiotically with your system to control blood sugar levels and all this stuff. But if you have a lot of fat in your system, it's more difficult for glucose to enter your cells, thus, candida overgrowth, inflammation, etc. So why not clean up the system? Why not allow glucose to be flowing through your body more concisely, more freely, all that kind of stuff? And I'm like, right on. I hit 80-10-10 diet, fortunately living in Portugal where abundance of mangoes, cherimoya, papaya, tons of stuff was just everywhere. And I found raw veganism, and I'm like, oh my God, I love it. It saved my life, really. I feel like I have no ability to say how much my life has transformed since that day. And since those sets of days when I first introduced like a 3-day all fruit cleanse for myself, and then just consistent high fruit living. And I'm now out of time again, so I might make a part 3 now just to continue. But yeah, fruits and vegetables I have found are where it's at. Super hydration, super alkalizing, like Dan McDonald, the Life Regenerator, will tell you. And he's another character that has been really pivotal in my life and journey as a soul, as a being, whatever. I'll make a part 3.